Hi, I'm Artie Nemko. Not so long ago, the ideal deportment was seen as restrained, modest, not pushy. But recent decades have seen increased lauding of, indeed training of, assertiveness. We're even seeing encouragement of rude aggressiveness, exemplified by such slogans as, "I'm loud and I'm proud." From where I sit, neither of the extremes, "the meek shall inherit the earth," nor "I'm loud and I'm proud," are defensible. The question is, where in that broad middle should you aim for? It probably depends in part on your predisposition. Some people seem hardwired for assertiveness, others for compliance, eagerness to please. But some of our level of assertiveness would seem under our control. Most people exhibit their level of assertiveness unconsciously. Per some of my previous writings on the subject, for example, you can Google the title "Work More?" and the name Nemko, my Nemko, my last name, or "Give More to the Neediest or to the Higher Potential," and again the word Nemko, and you'll find the articles. In any case, per some of those articles, I believe it is wise that we make such decisions consciously after due deliberation. So, to that end, here is a debate between an advocate for moderate assertiveness and an advocate for moderate restraint. Perhaps that'll help you get clear on where you would like to aim on that continuum. First, a pro-assertiveness argument. It's unlikely that anyone will advocate more for you than you. You have to ask for what you want. In fact, at a Harvard orientation, a speaker said, "Key to success at Harvard is to ask for what you want, and when they say no, ask somebody else." The first pro-restraint response to that is, asking for more than does the average person is too likely to get you turned down or perceived as pushy. In every relationship, there's a certain amount of energy. If you're the one pushing for a more than average amount, you're likely to encounter resistance, even antipathy. For example, who likes the pushy car salesman? Or the person pushing hard to get a date to go to bed or to marry? The reaction is usually negative. That negativity is especially likely when dealing with a Christian, the U.S.'s dominant religion, which seeps even into secular values. The New Testament again and again stresses not being too willful, even urging extreme passivity, as in Matthew 17:20. Quote, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say this to the mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." In toto, no matter what the person's religion, or any religion at all for that matter, on average, understated works better. The counter, this is now a pro-assertiveness position, you're ignoring that if you're assertive, you are more in control of your existence, doing life rather than having life do you, buffeting you with the winds. And study after study finds that control, autonomy, is core to happiness and anxiety reduction. Now, a pro-restraint argument. That's true if your assertiveness is usually well received. But many assertive people unwittingly make unreasonable asks and often pay a big price. For example, I recall an average performer at work who had heard that women should be more assertive in asking for a salary increase. She was, and her boss was surprised, because the boss perceived her as just average performer. Not only was the employee turned down, but that boss felt that as a result, that's a disgruntled employee with an overinflated sense of self. So, when layoffs were considered, that employee was put on the list. Now, a pro-assertiveness argument. You're cherry picking. In general, a fair measure of assertiveness will result in getting more for yourself and for others for whom you advocate. For example, don't you think that the assertive fundraiser or lobbyist will get more for the cause? The counter from the pro-restraint person. I'm not so sure. Again, who likes pushy salespeople? There is one more point I want to make. Being assertive is not just risky, but stressful, requiring a lot of effort for what often, over time, yields little or no net gain, maybe a net loss. Think back to your own life. Have your greater than average efforts to be assertive yielded more net gain or more net loss? And if a gain, have those efforts caused enough of a gain to have been worth the effort and stress of being more assertive than is the average person? So, in light of this debate, do you want to be any more or less assertive? Is that true in general? Do you want to be more or less assertive with a specific person or situation? Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you feel it's appropriate, for sharing with your social media. I am Marty Nemko, and thank you again for watching.